We would like to play.
Welcome back to Retro Rebound. I'm not in a great mood right now. We had a whole GameStop unboxing recorded, or at least so I thought. Silly me, thinking that my software was gonna work. You don't believe me? Well, check this stuff out. Oh yeah, we got scummy little cartridges. We got whack, not complete games. All right here. What happened, you may be asking? Well, ladies and gentlemen, my software failed me. So, to salvage that video, I thought of something else I wanted to do, but it actually works out really well because I have a pretty big haul of Nintendo Wii games. The reason I'm buying them is, truthfully, when I went to GameStop and put my order in, I was like, well, I can actually kind of bone up my Wii collection in the process. Spoiler, it actually worked out in my favor in some ways, and I was very excited about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Retro Rebound. Welcome back to a little buyer's guide, if you will. The reason I'm buying Wii games, I actually didn't play much on the Wii at all. There's so much I overlooked with that system, and I'm going to get into that here in today's video. So if you're new here and you like nostalgic retrospective content or watching a man spend his hard-earned money, you're in the right place. Consider subscribing. We'll make things right with GameStop and try to figure something out for next month. But right now, I just have to cope with the fact that I spent $300 on a video that can never see the light of day because my software failed me. So
hopefully it works this time.
Okay, enough of that. Let's get on with the first game. Here we have Naruto Shippuden Clash of Ninja Revolution 3. I am a huge Clash of Ninja kid. I'm very excited for the Ultimate Ninja Storm game coming out this November. Of course, we're going to be doing content based around that. But growing up, when it came to the 2D Ultimate Ninja games and Clash of Ninja, I was a Clash of Ninja dude. But I only played 1 and 2 on the GameCube. I actually never played any of the Revolution games. And yes, indeed, this one is complete in box with a manual. It's black and white, unfortunately. The manuals for this series aren't that great. But this game I'm just very excited about because of the roster. I always loved the sound effects in Clash of Ninja. I love the music a little bit more. It just jived with me better. I wouldn't say it was a better video game compared to the Ultimate Ninja series, which saw 5 entries, but I have this one. I also got, of course, Clash of Ninja Revolution 1 and 2 to make things right. I'm anticipating one day we'll be able to make videos on those games as well, so it was like kind of a, hey, you know, a business expense, right? But yeah, we got Clash of Ninja 3 Revolution for the Wii. Really excited about that one. Next, you gotta get the classics. Now, this one I have played before anyone reacts too soon. I have played it, but Super Smash Bros. Brawl has to be in your Nintendo Wii collection. For me, this is actually a funny story. I had to buy this game twice because I bought this, I think last year, and my dog Revan used it as a chew toy. So I had to get another copy, and that's where this one comes in. Now, what I gotta say about Smash Bros. Brawl that I never knew until I held the game in my hands, this is the most insane manual I have ever seen. Look at that. There are pamphlets on local areas that are skinnier than this when you're becoming a tourist. I don't know what the hell I'm saying right now. Anyway, point being, there's a lot of pages in here breaking down everything. It's all illustrated. Look at that. Incredible stuff here. So of course you have to have it in your collection. And I kind of miss this style of Smash, which, look, I'm not one of those people who's always in the Smash retrospective department of like, the last one was the better one. I feel like Smash Bros. Brawl, what was really cool about it, you probably heard this take before, Subspace Emissary, like the story mode, the focus on it. I think they did a really good job walking the line with Smash Ultimate. That's one of my favorite Smash games, of course, because of the roster, but I actually thought the single player component was great. I put a good like 60 hours into it. I thought it was fun, very collectible driven, very just systems driven, where they had so many rules to every fight that everyone felt different. But Subspace Emissary was crazy. I remember I got this game when I was a kid for Easter. I usually never got gifts for Easter, so it stands out to me in that particular way. It's like the only ever Mr. Maddie Easter game. Very strange, but nonetheless, had to have this one in my collection. I would love to do a retrospective on this game. I'm deciding when the time is right for it because I'm thinking like, are they going to do another Smash game? I feel like they're going to give it the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe treatment for Smash Ultimate and just bring it to the next Switch system they do, whatever they're going to call it, and just continue to update and let it be there and have people buy it again and again and again. I don't know if they're going to do another full-on Smash game. It's a lot of money to leave on the table, but at the same time, Sakurai kind of said, like, this was the big one. I mean, he got everyone back. How do you one-up that? It's kind of a good way to go out, but the nostalgic part of me says, like, who else can we get? But then you get Sora at the end. I could go on. But point being, Smash Bros. Brawl in the Wii collection now. Next up, got to shout out my boy RGT85. He did his own little retro channel. Actually, it was kind of cool is when he posted the video announcing he was changing it to RGT's Retro Stash, he said that Retro Rebound and Mr. Matty, like that kind of hybrid, if you will, was the reason he wanted to do it in the first place, which was dope. So I've been watching his content. It's good stuff. Check it out. Check out the homie. But there was a series he recommended that I had never heard of, but I just had to check out after watching his video. It's called The Conduit. So not only do we have the first game, we also have the sequel here. Now, what's interesting about this one is it's got something pretty cool on the inside we'll get into. These games are, for how obscure I think they are, I found them kind of cheap. Conduit 2 was about $50, but Conduit 1 was upwards of 30. So $80 for two older games, not too bad again when you think of the obscurity of them. But I love that they're published by Sega. Sega just always experimenting out there. You can see here it's called the best shooting game on the Wii. Dive into the award-winning shooter game featuring a conspiracy-laden single-player campaign and intense multiplayer modes. Arm yourself with the arsenal of sci-fi gadgets and high-powered weapons as you fight against aliens, rogue agents, and other enemy forces in the world of The Conduit. The truth may not be what it seems. And I just thought that the story sounded absolutely wild in this game, right? It says here, fight aliens and rogue agents. Sold. But apparently it's a really good first-person shooter, and I think FPS games just thrive on the Wii. You can see here they actually break down the mission briefings, all the cool little objects that you can find. Multiplayer, again, just, probably dead, but still cool that it's even there as part of the package. So that's Conduit 1. And then Conduit 2, it says the Wii shooter unleashed. Battle the alien invasion across the far reaches of the world, solo, side-by-side with friends, or competitively online. So I just like that it was kind of like the Wii Call of Duty game. I mean, that might be doing it a bit of a disservice, but what's interesting about this one is underneath the manual here, we have little bit of an art book, which I thought was nice. So you can get that included with your complete in-box copy of the game. I'm a sucker for these. Yeah, like guilty as charged. Flip through them once, maybe twice, and then they kind of just sit in the case itself. But it's part of the collecting experience, am I right? So what we have here is Conduit 2, limited edition, Conduit 1, about an $80 bundle, but very happy to have in the collection. Shout out to RGT. I never would have heard of that game if not for his channel. So if you like retro games and you like buying them, good place to go, I'd say. Especially because, like, I feel I cover the 2000s and on well, because that's the place I grew up with. That's where, like, a lot of my memories first began. But RGT's a little older than I, so he was doing, like, Sonic 3D Blast, I think, for example. So it's cool to have those different perspectives, I would say. Next one, and we're into the GameStop haul now. So what you're seeing here are games that I ordered from GameStop for that video that will never exist and breaks my heart because there was a lot of funny moments. It was a pretty wild one. You saw how many cartridges I got. Oh boy, the money spent, that hurts, man. Like, I'm not a money dude. Like, I'm all about the enjoyment. I'm about living life, but oh, I will never live that down. Anyway, here is the big win. We got Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Wait for it. Complete in-box. Pretty good stuff, GameStop, not gonna lie. And what you're gonna notice here, and I'm not trying to turn this into a GameStop video, but since these did come from GameStop, and normally, by the way, for anyone who's new here, I do all my game hunting on eBay and Mercari. I haggle. I do what we all do. I go to my local game shops, all that fun stuff. But with GameStop, it's always fun to test out and see, like, how bad have things got. They actually just overhauled their retro gaming section. The pickings were slim, so it's going to be hard to put out another one soon. I'm just hoping that fate will have it that I can get things right the second time around. But what you'll notice here that's also different is, while yes, I got a lot of duds, right? A lot of the cases are quality. You'll remember GameStop bullet holes. You'll remember the nasty Halo Reach case. You're going to remember me not getting games and so on and so forth. We covered all of that in a recent GameStop video in July. However, in this haul, I have to say that I was very surprised that this came in as clean as it did. I mean, these are old Wii games, and this looks beautiful. You are the bounty hunter. The trilogy closes as corruption creeps over the universe and into Samus Aran. Now, the reason I picked this up is, as you may or may not know, back in February, we got the Metroid Prime Remaster, and I was really excited about it because I never played it before. So I played it for the first time this year. It was a masterpiece. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It was kind of hard to get around, and I feel like that could have been updated and got the navigation a little better, but I know purists are like, no, it has to be like that. But for someone stepping in, I was getting lost a lot. But nonetheless, I really, really liked my time with it. And so it made me want to collect the other parts of the series because I thought, well, the videos did well. I had fun with it. I always liked Metroid. I'm kind of like a budding Metroid fan, if you will, because I've just hopped all over the series. Like I played and beat Dread. I thought that was fantastic. I did Samus Returns on the 3DS. That one was also really good. So here with Prime 3 Corruption, we need to still get Prime with its manual. I have that on GameCube, and I need to get Prime 2 Echoes. But the box art for this game, it just goes so hard. All of the Metroid Prime games have a sense of style and atmosphere just out the box. So very excited to have this one complete in box. Now, all the others, unfortunately, aren't because GameStop going to GameStop, but you're going to be shocked at what I managed to find on their website. We got first Poke Park Wii, Pikachu's Adventure. You already know based off my takes on the Pokemon series, and you can tell by the recent Pokemon games that we've covered, whether it be Stadium 2 or Conquest. I don't really ride the mainline train, although we are working on a mainline focused video as we speak. More on that later. But when it comes to the spin-off games, like that's where I think Pokemon's awesome. Like I love Pokemon Pinball. Like that gets me nostalgic, but some people are like, oh, Pokemon Black and White. I'm like, yep, skip that one. Hint, hint. So anyway, Poke Park, I've never heard of this one. I looked it up when I found it on GameStop. I was like, what is this game? It's a 3D action adventure game where you run around as Pikachu in this big Pokemon park. And the thing that kind of got me excited is that it's actually like a 3D fighting game. Not say Pokken Tournament, but as a kid, I always thought it'd be incredible to have a 3D Pokemon game, right? And I know we've eventually got that, but one with a 3D fighting system and everything. And to actually have that here in Poke Park, I thought was cool. Now, unfortunately, as you'll see here, it's not only missing the manual, but yeah, the box art's upside down because the game's not, it's not supposed to be there. Yeah, imagine my reaction in the GameStop video, open that one up. Like they just find ways to mess up in the weirdest of ways. But here it says, run, jump, smash, plays Pikachu and save Poke Park. Experience the action-packed attractions at the Poke Park. Zip across the land, sea, and sky to show off your speed and skill. Dive into a new world of adventure in Poke Park. And I just thought it was cool because it's very mini-game driven. How cool did I think it was? Your boy bought the sequel too. Poke Park 2, Wonders Beyond. I didn't even know 1 existed, let alone 2. I just love that they're covering the extra generations as well for Pokemon Go Beyond Poke Park. A world of adventure and dreams collide. Can Pikachu and his pals save the day? So there's Poke Park, there's Wish Park. You can play as Tepig, you can play as Snivy and Oshawott too. And it just, very fun, wholesome kind of game. And so here you'll see no manual either, which is really disappointing, but I love these sort of spin-off games, so happy to have them in the collection. And you know what, when it comes to shopping at GameStop, what I will say is, while you're paying a premium, and as someone who runs a very specific series that no consumer ever should really, I'm okay when I get stuff like this because I can hunt down the manuals. I will find a way. I will find him! But when it comes to like complete box hunting, that's definitely not the spot to go to, that's for sure. And to round things out, we've got Mario Sports Mix here on the Wii. As you can see on the back, it says, get ready to mix it up with dodgeball, volleyball, basketball, hockey. And I thought this was very fun. Of course, no manual here as well, but I love these kind of party style games. I always thought that Mario sports games were kind of underrated. Like the Mario basketball game on 3DS. I remember I made one of the worst trade deals of my life with that. I traded like some JRPG away for Mario 3-on-3 hoops for the DS, but I played it and beat it in like a couple hours, and I was very disappointed. But I always kind of have like nostalgia for the Mario sports experience, like Super Sluggers on the Wii or Mario Tennis. Like, those are all great games and just highlight how iconic Mario is. So to have a sports mix game, I actually don't know what the reviews for this one are. I know everything else I have here is pretty highly reviewed, but with Mario Sports Mix, this is kind of like the X factor in the big haul I got. Like, is it good? Is it bad? So who knows, but happy to have it here again. No manual, but that's one that we can pick up. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, these are all of the Wii games that I've picked up. We have Naruto Shippuden, Clash of Ninja Revolution 3. We have Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the first 2 Conduit games, or the only 2 Conduit games, rather. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, the 2 Poke Park games, and Mario Sports Mix. So actually a really good haul here. I'm pretty happy with this because, again, my Wii collection's pretty thin. And so I'm going to continue to hunt down stuff for it because I've just missed out on so much with that collection that I'm very excited for all the new experiences that I can have and highlight here on this channel. As I said, I was never really a Nintendo kid growing up, so it kind of adds up. Like, I didn't play much GameCube, didn't play much Wii, so I missed out on a lot. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed this kind of impromptu buying guide, if you will. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on maybe Wii games you're picking up down below. So take excellent care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next Retro Rebound. Peace out.